Hello everyone. In this video lecture, we are going to discuss how to insert nodes into single linked list. In the previous video, we already discussed what is linked list and how can we create linked list. If we are talking about the linked list, then all the nodes are linked together with its address path. Every node must have the two part, that is the data part, and second one is the address part. So in this video lecture, I am going to discuss how to insert node into single linked list. We need to follow the few steps for insertion into single linked list. As we know that there are so many types of basic operations available in single linked list, in linked list. That is the insertion of an element, deletion of an element, display of an element. All these are the different operations which we perform in linked list. And if we are talking about the linked list, then we have three different types of linked list. That is your single linked list, double linked list, and your circular linked list. So all the linked lists are having their own characteristic and their own features. In this video lecture, I am going to discuss how to insert node into single linked list. You have to follow few steps for insertion of single linked list. For insertion of nodes into single linked list. And in this video lecture, I am going to discuss about the how to insert nodes at the beginning position in your list. So what we need to do for insertion of nodes into single linked list. Uh, First, we need to create a space. We need to create the space. We need to allocate the space for the new node. If we differentiate about the array and the linked list, then in array we have certain defined size for manipulation. But in linked list, we can create or we can allocate memory as per our requirement. So in your first step, you need to allocate the space for the new node, and after the allocation of the space, what we need to do, we need to store the data into the data part of the node. I already discussed our node have the two part. There are two parts available in our node. Suppose this one is your node n1, and uh, two different parts of your node is first one is used to store the data part, and second one is used to hold the this one is for the data part, and second one is used to hold the what address of your next node. So suppose this is your first node, and in the first node, what you need to do, if you are looking for an insertion of a node in linked list, you need to allocate the space. How can we allocate the space? Using the malloc function, we can allocate the space. And after the allocation of a space, what we need to do, we need to store the data into the data part of the node. It means we can store the data at this position. Okay, so these are the two lines used at first when you are looking for the insertion of node at the beginning position or at the first position. What you need to do, we need to allocate the space, and this malloc function, it stands for the memory allocation. And whenever you use malloc function, you need to uh, include the header file for this specific functions. Okay, so this with the help of this ptr and with the help of the struct. So a struct is what the structure we created at the first position, which already I discussed in the previous video lecture. And after that, what we need to do, we need to create the memory space using the malloc function, and it depends upon the size of your node, size of your structure node. Okay, after the allocation of the space, what we need to do, we need to store the data into the data part of the node. So this line of code is used to store the data into the data part of your new node. In the next step, what you need to do, you need to make the link part of the new node pointing to the existing first node of the link. Suppose this is the linked list. This was your linked list. That was your previous node 1, and this was your node 2. Okay, so all these two nodes was earlier created. What we are going to do, what we are trying to do, we are just creating a new node. What we are doing, we are just creating a new node. This is our the new node. Give me 1 minute only. This is your new node, and as we know that this is the address part, and it holds the address of the node 2. and this is the end of the list. So and in this part we assign the null, and this is link using this type of the arrow, and these two fields are used for the data part. So I stored the 5 here and I stored 7 here. Okay, and what about the node 1? We have the separate uh, variable, that is start or head. So this is your what? This is head. What it do? What is the need of this head? This head holds the address of the node 1. Okay, and what we are doing, we are creating a new node. Okay, so what we need to do, we make the link of this new node and it pointing to the existing first node. It means the existing first node को ये आपका node point करेगा. Okay, then after in the how can we write the code of this? Using this line of code, we can uh, new node pointing to the existing first node. Okay, so what we need to write? We need to write the ptr arrow next, and this equals to the head. In the last point and in the last step, what we need to do? We only need to make the new node as the first node of the list. So first, what we did? We allocate the space for the new node. Then after, we store the data into the data part of the node, and we link the new node as an existing first node of the list. After that, what we need to do, we only need to make the new node as the first node. How can we do this? Using this line of code, that is the head equals to what? Head equals to ptr. We can make the new node as the first node of the list. So these are the basic algorithms. Using this, we can insert new node at the first position in the single linked list. So this was our structure. I try to make it more clear. Okay, try to understand this figure. So this one is what? This one is the node 1. This one is the node 2. Okay, and all the nodes having the two parts. First one is used for the data, and the second one is used for the address part. Okay, this is our data, and this is the cut. Means what? It means the only null, and it shows the end of the list. It means the no another node is connected with node 2. Okay, so if we are what we are doing to do, we are trying to insert a new node in our linked list at the first position. So earlier this head was linked with node 1. Okay, so this was the old link. After the creation of the new node, and when we assign this new node with the head, so this new node linked with our head position. So this new node linked with our head position, and what actually doing here? So address of the new node assigned in the head position. So address of the new node assigned here. Okay, and what about the address of the node 1 that was the earlier created? So we link this node 1 to our new node, and when we did this, then the address of this new node, address of this previous first node assigned at the address part of the newly created node. So here we can insert any data. It depends upon our program. Right now I'm not inserting any data. I am only trying to creating a space, allocating a space for the new node. I only write a simple code to using that we can assign data at the data part of the new node. And what is the main point? What is the main important point? The important point is that how can we link this new node with the head pointer, and how can we link this previous first node with the newly created new node. Okay, so I only try to discuss how to insert node in single linked list at the first position. So what we need to do, we need to mention only 3 points. We need to allocate the space for the new node. So at first what we are doing, we are allocating the space for the new node. So using this line of code, we can allocate the space for first node. After the allocation of the space, what we are doing, we are storing the data into the data part of the node. So what I am doing, I am storing the data using this line of code. I am trying to store the data into the data part of the node. Then after, in the second point, what I am doing, make the link part of the new node pointing to the existing first node of the link. So using this line of code, we can link the node 1, that was the previously first node. We can link this new node to the node first. Okay, so this line of code, that is ptr tends to the next, and this equals to head. Using this line of code, what I am trying to do, I am just linking the new node with the node 1, that was the previously first node of the list. But after that, what we need to do, we only need to uh, link this new node with the head. We only need to link this new node with the head. Okay, when we did this type of changes, we can insert this new node at the first position. When we did this type of changes, we can insert this new node at the first position in linked list. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to make few adjustment in our code or in our list, when we trying to insert the new node at the first position in single linked list. Okay, if there is any doubt, you can ask your doubt, you can comment for your doubt. Okay, thank you.